Hello everybody and welcome back to the Magic Animal Club podcast, episode number... This is how professional I am, I'm just checking because I didn't actually know what number it was, and I thought that it'd be a little more exciting for me to actually check it whilst I'm recording. Episode number 12, welcome back to episode number 12. So yeah, today's going to be a little different because it's just me, pretty much. It's just me today. Stamps isn't with me, sadly. He couldn't be here today in this half of the podcast. He's going to be with you possibly in the next 20-25 minutes, half an hour, something like that, depending on how long my half goes on for. Now you're probably wondering, why are you separate? Why are you not together anymore? This is because we literally recorded a podcast not so long ago, and we didn't really want to record another long hour podcast talking about the same sort of things, because normally what happens is we normally, I'm making up words here, we normally record the podcast on a Monday, and then what happens is we have a week apart, kind of, sort of, we have the weekend apart anyway, and then on Monday we have kind of like a catch up on the podcast, and we talk about stuff that we've done at the weekend and stuff like that. So yeah, basically why we didn't do it is because I'm going on holiday, or I was going on holiday, I'm back now, but at the time I was going on holiday, and basically we didn't want to do a podcast one after another because it'd be boring, it'd be nothing to talk about. So we came up with the idea of recording two separate halves, putting them together, and then yeah, it's kind of like we can do our own thing, talk about other stuff, and just kind of, it'd be a lot fresher and a lot newer, rather than me and Stamps talking about the same sort of thing. So yeah, welcome to my half. Hope everyone's having a jolly good Sunday. If it's not Sunday and you're listening to this a little later on, then yeah, hope you're having a good day. So yeah, I'm going to talk about what I've been up to this week. As I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, I've just come back from holiday, which was very nice. I've got a little bit of a suntan and a beard because I forgot my razor on holiday, so I'm looking like Tom Hanks on Castaway right now. But yeah, it was really good. Sun came out every day, which I was super happy about. Good time with the family. The only problem was that my videos was an absolute mess because, okay, I'm normally not very organised, and for this holiday, I was sort of organised. I was a lot more organised than usual, so I got all my videos recorded. I had a really sore throat because I recorded that much to cover myself while I was away on a weeks-long holiday. And yeah, so all I needed to do was I needed to upload the videos. So basically I got them all edited, got them all ready, and then I've done this before and it worked perfectly, but this time it didn't really work that good. But anyway, yeah, so I got them all recorded, and I thought what I'll do is I'll use TeamViewer, which is a program which you can use to kind of control your PC from any other sort of device, like mobile phones and laptops, and it basically mirrors what's happening on your PC. It's the exact thing, basically, of your PC, so you can control it. So yeah, I didn't really need good internet for it. All I needed to do was pretty much take control of my PC and then click upload, and then obviously it'd upload from my PC, which has really good internet. So we got to the place in Devon, which was in quite a rural area. It was in a place called Sidmouth, if anyone wants to do a little bit of Google mapping. Yeah, it was a really lovely area. It was just absolutely gorgeous. It was just acres upon acres of fields and trees, and the house that we stayed in was literally just surrounded by fields, and it was just an amazing place. But the only problem is, when you get something so rural, is that it really lacks with things like signal and Wi-Fi in the house, internet and stuff like that in the house. I did look on the house before we actually went and stayed there, and it did say that it had Wi-Fi, so that was one of the reasons why we booked it, because I knew that I could do work. But then when we got there, yeah, it didn't really go so well because the internet was shocking and we had no signal whatsoever. So yeah, some days I managed to get my video out, and then some days I didn't because of the Wi-Fi, and it was a nightmare. We actually went walking, my mum and Nicole, my girlfriend, and my brother, we went walking into the woods, and I actually managed to upload my video in some woods, which was like in the middle of nowhere, but I actually got signal in some woods rather than in a house, which was just kind of like mind-boggling to me. So yeah, it was kind of interesting. It was really good though. We spent a few days at the beach and seen some sights and stuff like that. It's a really nice area. If any of you guys live in the UK and you want to check it out, I definitely do recommend it. Although I'm not sponsored, but, I'm just recommending it because it was a really nice holiday. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to. We did lots more other stuff, but I don't really want to blabber on about it and basically have this half of my podcast about my holiday. So yeah, I went Saturday to Saturday. I had a really good time. There's some videos that I recorded that didn't go live, so there'll be extra videos for the days to come. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. So what I thought we'd do for today's little half of my podcast is, obviously I wanted to basically give you guys a catch up on what I've been doing, which I've done, which I kind of wanted to do really quickly to get out of the way. But I also took to Twitter and I asked you guys, basically, if you wanted to ask me any questions and stuff like that, or you want me to do a certain topic in today's podcast. So I did a little hashtag, Ask Squiddy, and basically, so if next time I'm on Twitter or anything like that, or next time I'm doing a podcast and I mention the Twitter, then it's at iBallisticSquid, if you guys want to post anything on there. But that's what I've been using today. I think Stamps in the next half did a live stream, but I thought I'd do something different and do a Twitter. So I'm pretty much going to do a little bit of a Q&A. And then we're going to do a few Squiddy tips if we come across that, because I know you guys seem to love it. And then if there's any topics, then I'll just pretty much blab on about it for 20 minutes or something like that. So yeah, sit back, relax, and let's go through some stuff. So I've got a few questions lined up already. And this is more of a little bit of a topic, and I want you guys to kind of think along as well. It's from someone called Lottie Farmer, and she said, Ask Squiddy, it's a hashtag. She said, what do you think the world would be like without technology? Now, this is a question that I want to ping back to you guys as well, because I'd like you guys to answer this on the Facebook page, because it is kind of like it's a really good question, because life nowadays is so engrossed in technology, and you see so many people that are walking along the streets just engrossed on their iPhone, wondering what everybody else is up to. And a lot of people just do that nowadays. They don't kind of want to socialize or say, hello to someone in public. I know it sounds a bit weird when you're just walking past a stranger, but it's kind of weird to see people just heads down on the phones and just not really engaging and socializing, with other people. Or, if you're a kid, you don't really see children out playing anymore as much as you used to. And it's kind of worrying, because when I was a kid, we used to be out all the time. We used to do stupid stuff. We used to build go-karts. I can remember me and my brother, we basically went to the local, it was kind of like hardware store, and we got like a plank of wood. We got some wheelbarrow wheels, and we made like a mini go-kart, and we went to the local park. And we just literally got on it and went down the hill, and we just winged it. And yeah, we got hurt, and it was, it was pretty dangerous at the time. But it was just stupid stuff like that. You used to play out with your mates and make stupid contraptions. I also made a raft as well, which I was pretty happy about. It was the guy that I went to junior school with. And he used to live by a river, and we basically managed to get ourselves some like plastic bottles and a couple of they're like water sort of storage barrels that obviously you can catch rainwater in, and you can use to like water your garden. That might be like an English thing, I don't know. My grandma used to have one, but yeah, it was like one of them things. So it was super buoyant. But we made like a raft with it, and we took it up to the river, and we like sailed down the river on a raft. And it was amazing. It's like the best thing ever when you were a kid, just to do stupid stuff like that. But I don't know, it's kind of weird, because nowadays, as I said, you don't really see kids playing out and doing the stuff that they really, I don't know, what I did when I was a kid anyway. I don't know, I might be wrong, but especially like you see like when, like, I don't know, I've seen so many like really young children, like babies, like with iPads, like, they learn to like play Angry Birds before they can, I don't know, I'm not going to say walk, but you know what I mean? Like, they can basically do stuff on their iPads, which is just mind-blowing. So it's kind of worrying, but it's also kind of exciting as well to kind of wonder what the next generation is going to be like growing up, because they're going to be like super into technology, and they're going to be, like, they're just going to know everything. And I don't know, I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens, but I'm also kind of worried about the social aspect and kids not actually socializing and people conversing like you would do. So yeah, what do you think the world would be like without technology? I've kind of gone off it. I've kind of done like the opposite there, haven't I, and said what it's like with technology now. What would I think the world would be like without technology? I actually think it'd be a very cool place. I think that it'd probably be a scary place, because technology now allows us to keep in touch and it allows us to pretty much, if there's like an emergency or anything like that, then that kind of goes out the window. Like if you had to drive to the hospital and there was an emergency and you couldn't ring because there wasn't that technology around, then I think that'd be a pretty scary time. I actually think it might be good in some sense, but I also think that it might be also very, very scary. It might be a very scary place, not having that safety around. Or if you're in the car driving on the motorway and you break down, who can you ring? You can't. You're stuck there. You might be stuck there for hours. I might have broken down driving home from a holiday today, just being stuck on the side of the road. No one would have known that I was broken down. Maybe if I flagged somebody down, but on the motorway, I could have been there for hours. I could have been there for days. I might have never gotten home. I couldn't ring anyone. Do you know what I mean? Technology is good. Technology is bad. It's I think it's one of them things where you can't live without it. You can't live with it, but you can't live without it. I think that's one of them things where you need it, but it'd be good if there was if it was in variation. People wouldn't use it as much, but yeah. Basically, that's my answer. I'm going to stop blabbing on because that was way too long on one question. But yeah, any of these questions that I answered today, make sure that you guys head over to the Facebook page and kind of write your answer down, because everyone's got a different opinion, and it's good to kind of see what everybody else kind of thinks on the matter. So yeah, good question from Lottie Farmer there. I'm going to go for a silly one now. Laura, the Stampy fan, asks, have you ever licked a sausage? I can't really say that I've ever licked a sausage, to be honest. I've eaten a sausage. I've eaten plenty of sausages in my life, but I've never licked one. I think my dog might have licked one while I was trying to eat it, and then yeah, that was pretty gross. That happened today actually. We was giving the dog some water in the car, and as I was pouring this 1.5 litre bottles of water in the dog bowl, Marley actually licked the I wouldn't say it's the lid, obviously the thing that comes out of it. What do you call it? It's not the lid. It's like the lid, but it's not the lid. It's the little hole that it comes out of. But anyway, he licked that, and obviously we drink out of it as well. So we was pouring it out, but he was like, "Nope, I'm claiming this," and he just went and licked the top. So he was like his now. You always do that, if someone brings home some donuts and you want to eat them all, you just purposely lick all the donuts so no one else will touch them. That's a good tip there, by the way. Early squiddy tip for you, by the way, that is. If your mum brings home some juicy donuts or some nice iced buns and you don't want your brothers and sisters to eat them, make sure you lick them first, because that is an instant claim. When someone says, that's mine, and then someone else says, well, have you got your name on it? Well, the whole have you got your name on it thing can be solved by the licking, okay? Because that is that's a DNA imprint on the iced bun that belongs to me. But no, don't do that. Honestly, don't do that. It's very unhygienic. Don't go around licking stuff. unless your brother or sister's done something mean to you and you want to get them back. No, what am I doing? I'm corrupting people, okay? Don't do that. That's a bad idea. I'm gonna move on. Let's move on. Okay. Another question. Oh, we got some squiddy tips here. I don't know whether to say these for the end or not. Let's have one now. Okay, so someone says, squiddy tips, how to keep a pie balancing on your head while dancing. And this is from, it's one of these names. _X_ brownie _X_. So, yeah, keep a pie balancing on your head while dancing. So, this is a super easy squiddy tip, okay? And I couldn't even make this any easier, because what people do, okay? If you imagine right now while I'm talking, okay, imagine a pie and imagine a pie dish. So you've got the shiny, super shiny side, whether it be like a metal dish or it might be a ceramic dish. Imagine that balancing on your head. And this is why people go wrong, okay? People put these things on the head and they're just way too slippy. Now, if anyone's seen a pie before, you guys will know that a pie has two sides, okay? Well, actually, has more than two sides, but the main two sides, okay, is the bottom and the top of the pie. The bottom where the pie obviously gets held in the dish, and the top where the lovely juicy pie is. So, if you want to dance with a pie on your head without it falling off, all you've got to do is turn that pie around, okay? So all the squidgy, gooey, sticky, whatever kind of pie it is, whether it be an apple crumble or anything like that, you just put it on your head and instantly it'll just stick, and you can dance for hours. Hours upon hours, you can dance on tabletops and up and down the street and with your umbrella in the rain, and that pie will never come off because the shiny side will be up. So if any rain will just bounce off, and any birds that may poo on your head will just instantly hit the top of the pie, and you will be forever grateful because I've just given you the best tip ever. But yeah, hope you enjoyed that question. Hope you enjoyed that question. Hope you enjoyed that answer. Hope you enjoyed them both. That was quite a good one, actually. But yeah, Joe Keenan's Ask Squid, if you could be one Harry Potter character, who would you be and why? Ooh, this is a tough one because I'm trying to think. To be honest, I think what I'd probably be is I'd probably like to be Hagrid. Kind of like that sort of character because he's always like so jolly, and he's always like, you know, just a legend of a character. He's always that one good friend you can always rely on. I mean, I suppose Ron is and stuff like that, but Hagrid's got an awesome beard and he's got a little pumpkin house. Not pumpkin house, he's got a house, but he's got like pumpkins around the house in the garden. So yeah, I think he's a bit of a legend. I think, you know, I think there should be a Hagrid movie. Don't you agree? I would watch that. I think they should do like Stamps does, because he does a Let's Crest. I think Hagrid should dress up and do like Let's Garden, and then he could go around his little garden and he could like harvest his pumpkins and make some homemade pumpkin pie or pumpkin soup or whatever else. He has melons. He could have a melon moment. He can make some sandwiches, and then he can basically end his little YouTube video, wherever he's going to put it on, Wizard Tube, and go and feed his little griffin. Is it griffin? What do they call it now? It's that horse thing. I think it's like a griffin. I don't even know. But he could feed that. He could basically give the meal that he's made, okay, and everybody's watched it, and then he could go outside and go, let's test. And then he could go to his little winged beast, and the griffin, I'm going to call it griffin. The griffin will eat it, and he'll be like, good. And he'll do like a good or bad. You know, like he'll like stick his hoof up for good, or he'll like charge at Hagrid and knock whatever he's made out of his hand into the air, and it'll just fly forever. And then that'd be such a good video. I think I'm going to get in contact with him. I think I'm going to try and approach him and see if he likes that idea, because I think that'd be a good hit on YouTube. I think it'd be the next PewDiePie if he did that. That'd be amazing. So yeah, kind of went a bit over the top of that question then. But yeah, another question from, let's see now. I'm always so bad at this. Whenever we do these podcasts and I'm like the one to read the Facebook page, I'm just scrolling while Stamps is saying, ask me a question. And then I'm just scrolling and trying to basically stall like I'm doing now. But yeah, I've got another one from my name, begins with E. It could be Emily. Should we just say Emily? Emily asks, what are your top tips for a new YouTuber? Well, I just gave you one there, to be honest with you. It was pretty much Hagrid with his griffin making stuff from his garden. That could be a good channel. Or, if you're a YouTuber, okay, you could take that idea, you can make yourself a little garden, and then if you have a pet in the house, whether it be a dog or a cat, you could do the same thing. I mean, it's not as impressive as a griffin, but it's still a dog or a cat. You could call it griffin, and that could be just as good. But they also said, what's the best way to keep calm when doing commentary? So yeah, commentary is kind of one of them things where it takes time to kind of perfect. Like, I can remember when I first started, I was just kind of walking around the world of Minecraft, just saying about 1,000 times and trying to think of what to talk about. But because I've been doing it for so long, it kind of it's just natural, to be honest. So I think it's one of them things where you just kind of want to just do it. Make yourself a video, just practice just talking to yourself at first. It can always be a bit nerve-wracking if you're trying to commentate and, there's people in the house and you're feeling a bit self-conscious and you're wondering, your parents are probably wondering, oh, what are they doing up there talking to themselves and stuff like that. But if you tell your parents that you're having a go at it, I'm sure they'll support you. And practice makes perfect. So it doesn't happen overnight. If you don't nail a commentary the first time or the second time or even the 5th or the 10th or the 20th time, just keep practicing. Maybe it might be good. Some YouTubers like to write notes down, just kind of points in the video. So if you ever kind of don't have anything to talk about, you can just have a quick look on some paper or a whiteboard and it'll just say, talk about potatoes. And then, you could have like a bullet point saying potatoes, and then you could have some lines underneath like hot potato, sweet potato, mashed potatoes and stuff like that. I know it's not really a good sort of commentary to talk about potatoes unless you kind of do a potato YouTuber or something like that. But that's the kind of things that you want to kind of do. So, you know, kind of, I'm saying kind of so many times here, aren't I? I'm like Stampy with the whatever he said like a million times. I can't remember what was the thing that Stampy was saying like a million times. I can't remember. Oh, it's going to bug me now. People, write in the comments. I'm sure you'll be able to re-jolt my memory. But yeah, just have bullet points. If you struggle with doing like a fluent commentary or if you make mistakes, don't worry. Just keep on trying again. And you'll get there eventually. So yeah, I hope that helps. Let's do another... Oh, I want to talk about this actually. This is amazing. So this is from Awesome A105. And they asks... Squiddy, are you excited for Minecraft Battle Mode? I am so excited for Minecraft Battle Mode. I'm so excited for Minecraft Battle Mode. If you guys don't know what Minecraft Battle Mode is, you are in for a big surprise. So, earlier on this week with my rubbish internet when I was staying in the house, I actually stumbled across this tweet. Now, I might not get this 100% right, but I get the general gist of it. So, what Mojang has done is they are pretty much adding servers to the console edition, which allows people to battle basically on dedicated servers. And the best way for me to kind of sum this up is if you guys can think of PC servers, kind of like Hypixel or the Hive or just any sort of ones like that. It'll be on a very small scale compared to that. There might even be like, you know, like one Hunger Games map and one whatever map, but it's coming, and that's what basically, well, that's what I've been wanting for a while now. The reason why I like PC so much is because it's a lot less hassle. You know, if I personally want to go and record a Hunger Games, I can be like, right, I want to record, I can record it now because I can hop on a server on the PC and people will be there. I don't have to invite anyone, I don't have to mess about. If you want to do that on the console, it's a lot of hassle. You've got to be the friend, you've got to invite them, you've got to all have this really good connection. If people drop out, you've got to re-invite them, and then, you know, if someone drops out halfway through the game, then they'll be annoyed because they had all these good weapons and they would have won, and it's just a lot of hassle. So what this kind of eliminates is sort of the annoying job of the host, which kind of says, you know, I'm going to invite you now, we're all going to arrange and play it together. This will be just like one central sort of server where people can join on when and if they want, and I'm pretty sure because a lot of people like Hunger Games and a lot of people have console, then it's just going to be a really good go-to point. There's going to be a lot of people on there all the time, and hopefully they get updated with new maps and stuff like that. So I think this is a really good move, as long as the servers are good. And what I mean by this is as long as they have like some servers in the US, if they have some servers in Europe, so people get a decent ping connection, because a lot of people complain about lag when they're on Hunger Games and stuff like that, then I hope they eliminate that. If they do, it will be an absolute beautiful game to actually play, and I will actually play it because I haven't actually, how many times have I said actually? This is a lot, isn't it? I haven't played Hunger Games in a while, especially, you know, on the Xbox. It's been over a year, and I really like them as well because you always used to get custom maps that no one else has ever played. You know, if you was friends with a YouTuber who had this brand new map and it was made specifically for them, then it'd be something on YouTube which, you know, was untouched. You know, no one had played it before, so I'm hoping they put new maps on there, and I'm hoping that it's going to be good and stuff like that. So yeah, let's move on. I'm definitely excited. Let's move on. This is from Hi. The art name is Septic Thugpug. And she asks, what's it like being family friendly? Do you regret having your content aimed for younger viewers? Not really, no. I don't regret it whatsoever. I think that it's a really nice sort of community that I kind of have on my channel. It's not that young, my sort of audience that I aim towards, but it's still PG, so, you know, I might basically have quite a lot of teenagers and a few kids, but they kind of like my style. I don't think swearing adds anything to the video. I think that I can make a funny, entertaining video without the need to swear, to be honest with you, so I never really think that swearing kind of adds anything to the video anyway. What's the point in kind of playing a game where, and especially commentary as well, like people, you know, there's some people out there that play Minecraft that swear, but it's just kind of backwards because they're playing a kid-friendly game, which kids are going to search for watching, but the commentary is adult. It just doesn't really make any sense, and I mean, everyone's each to their own style and stuff like that, but yeah, I kind of, you know, I've kind of grown my sort of commentary style being PG, and that's the way I like it. And I think that, it's a little bit for something, a little bit for everyone out there, to be honest. Adults can watch it and kids can watch it and stuff like that. And as I say, I don't really think swearing adds anything to Minecraft anyways, and I'd never do it. So yeah, I don't really have any regrets, to be honest with you. I still play some stupid games on Squiddy Plays channel. I still play, I played GTA, and I've played, stuff like Who's Your Daddy and stuff like that. And they could be classed as maybe not family friendly, but I still get, 95% of kids watching it and stuff like that, and still no swearing. And I don't really kind of open my audience up to something that isn't PG, if that makes sense. So it's, even though it's not a PG game, then I still kind of PG-ify it to make it, all right for the kids and stuff like that. And I've had parents that, allow their kids to watch GTA because I make it kind of PG and stuff like that, and they're happy with it. They think it's funny too, and they love what I'm doing. So yeah, I don't have any regrets really of having any content aimed for, just the young viewers. I think it's worked out really good, really, really well. So yeah, I'm super happy, super happy. So I'm going to do a bit of a stupid one here. So, no, let's not do a stupid one. Let's do a good one. So this is from Shauna Springs. And she asks, what are your favourite hobbies other than playing video games? Well, one of my favourite hobbies is probably driving. I'm a big car lover. I love my cars. I have 4 cars. I should probably just stop buying cars now. But yeah, I'd say probably driving cars and just going to car shows and stuff like that, and just driving in general. I know it's probably because I don't do it that much, because I sit at my computer quite a lot, and I work from home and stuff like that. And then I kind of can enjoy driving, whereas some people drive to work and drive kind of for a living. It kind of takes away the fun of, sort of driving. So some people might be like, oh, he enjoys driving. Why does he enjoy driving so much? Some people will get it, some people won't. But yeah, that's kind of my hobby. As well as that, I'm a real sucker for kind of house renovation. So currently at the moment, I'm in the middle of buying an office, which has been going through for like 4 months, and it's taking forever. But that is one of the passions that I have, to kind of get into property and kind of tear the house out and restart again, and kind of put my sort of touch on that. So I'm doing that with the offices, and I'm also doing that with my own house. I've got an architect in, and we're completely redesigning the house because I was obsessed with like grand designs, which is kind of like a property development program, which basically these guys that want to build their own sort of dream house just basically think of it in their head. They basically draw it all down. They're like, this is what I want out of a house. And to some people, that's a nightmare, actually wanting to build a house from scratch and to fiddle around with all the, everything they want from floorboards to wallpaper and decor and architectural designs and stuff like that. Some people, it's a nightmare. Some people just want, just want to move into a house and everything being done. But I really love the idea of being able to just have a clean slate and start from scratch and just have a really good go at building something that I can put my touch on. And yeah, apart from that, my secret project. So my game that I've got coming out, it's always been a passion of mine, from the Reef days, which was my old Minecraft server. I always used to basically build my own maps. I used to think of my own mini games, and obviously I couldn't do the coding, but I used to basically tell people what I wanted, just how I wanted it, with from down to bow battles and my own sort of take on Skywars and stuff like that. I always like the creative input, and that's probably one of the main reasons why I like YouTube, because you have so much creative input in there that it's just amazing. So yeah, they're the main things that I've got going on at the moment. I've hardly got any time to do anything else because they are taking a big chunk out of my life, but it's amazing. Yeah, I really love it. So you'll be able to see a lot more of them in vlogs pretty soon, when things actually start getting further down the line. So that'd be pretty good. But yeah, there's been so many good questions on my Twitter. So yeah, there's one more here. Okay, I'm just gonna go over it. It's from 5 SOS Falcon, and they say, any advice for those being judged for watching your videos because your target audience is a lot younger? Okay, so pretty much if you don't understand this topic, she's being judged. Excuse me. I just had a lovely pizza and it seems to be repeating on me. Yeah, they're kind of being judged because my kind of videos are aimed at a younger audience, and I guess they're a little bit older. But I kind of say that they wouldn't need to worry, because it's just kind of like music. You know, if there's like an old song and there's an old classic that's out, or there's a kind of like a, I don't know what would you call it, but it's a guilty pleasure. That's what you kind of call it, I guess. It might not even be that what they're on about, but it's kind of the same thing where they don't really want other people to know that they like doing that thing, but it's still fine. Like, it's still completely okay. Like, you know, if you shouldn't really let people dictate what you can and can't do. Like, if you like, you know, watching a certain film or watching someone or listening to certain music, then, you know, just kind of just you get on with it. Don't kind of let other people, you know, make you think otherwise and stuff like that. It should be like that in any sort, you know, walks of life. Like, if, you know, if you like drawing somewhere, or if you like drawing somewhere? If you like doing something or dressing somewhere or anything like that, and if people think you look stupid, or you're being stupid doing that sort of stuff, then just ignore them, because at the end of the day, it's only you that, you know, you need to kind of worry about in that sort of sense. Like, if you're happy, then that's all that matters. You know, if you're doing something that makes you feel, you know, good inside, or if it brings you some joy, then don't stop it. Don't stop it because someone else says, you know, you look stupid, or it's anything, you know. And as I said, that could be doing anything. If it's, you know, like a hobby or sport, it's the way you dress, or the music you listen to, or the films you watch, or anything like that. Even if it's down to, like, you know, something like me or a YouTuber, you know, just carry on doing what you're doing. Just ignore the haters, and yeah, you'll be fine. Just as long as you're happy, then everything's peachy. But yeah, that's it for me today, guys. There's so many questions. I might even do a Q&A on my channel, because there is literally so many questions. But yeah, hopefully you have enjoyed, guys. I'm going to pass you over to Stamps now. So hopefully you have enjoyed my little ramblings, and I'll see you next Sunday for the next one. Bye-bye.
Hello, this is Stampy, and welcome to the Magic Animal Club podcast, episode number 12. So hopefully, everyone listening to the podcast has just heard Squid's section of the podcast. He's away this week, and we're basically trying to record separately. So I don't know whether he's recorded his section yet. Hopefully he has. If not, then sorry, it's just me this week. But this has been, for the first ever time, a live podcast. So while I'm recording this, I'm streaming this live on the Magic Animal Club channel. And yeah, I can see a whole lot of people saying hello to me. So this is a very different experience, because I'm not a live streamer. So a lot of people have asked me to do live streams. And the reason I don't generally do live streams is because my videos are really high energy for about 20 minutes, and then after it, I'm kind of really tired and my voice is going. So it's kind of difficult for me to kind of be Stampy for like 2 hours in a row or something, because by the end of it, I'm just totally exhausted. So rather than live streaming, I kind of prefer to kind of record for about 20 minutes or something, and then have a break, and then kind of plan the next video. So that's the reason I generally don't do live streams, but I want to try them out. I want to kind of test them out a little bit more in the future, and just see whether I would enjoy them a little bit more. So obviously, this podcast is going to be entirely me by myself. It's kind of a bit of an experiment, just because I've never had to speak just by myself about nothing for as long as this. So this is basically me experimenting to see whether I can do it and whether it is in any way enjoyable. So yeah, I guess thank you for joining in with the experiment. But before I kind of get into some of the things I wanted to talk about, literally about 5 minutes ago from when I'm recording this, 4J just tweeted about new mini games that are coming to the console version. So I haven't even read this yet. Literally, as I was pressing to go live, they tweeted out. So you can look on their Twitter, and they've kind of explained things. But what I thought I'd do to begin is kind of just read through what they tweeted out and kind of just give my initial thoughts about this. So before I get started, I did know that this was coming a little bit. I did actually found out probably about a month ago that this was kind of in the works, but I didn't really have any details about it. So this is my first time really finding out about any of this stuff. So this is what it says. It says, hi everyone. Team Minecraft at Mojang, 4J Studios and Microsoft have been working on some cool free content for Minecraft Console Edition, which is good because that sounds like it's coming to everything, because I was worried that it might only be on like PS4 and Xbox One, but the fact it just says Console Edition sounds like it's coming to everything, which is good. And it says, we're really excited to introduce mini games to you today. Of course, coming up with improvised rules and new ways to play with friends is already a popular activity among Minecraft Console Edition players, and I will vouch for that, it definitely is. And long may it continue. But with our new mini-games, we'll be helping you quickly and easily jump into competitions with tailor-made rule sets, so you can have fun straight away without having to fuss around with manual countdowns, laborious prep, loot chests to keep score. Sound good? Great! You won't have to wait very long for this to come out, so get your enchanted fishing poles ready. The first minigame will be rolling out and called Battle. It will be here in June, so that's very soon. This is, so it sounds like they're adding a bunch of different game modes, and the first one is just this battle mode. So this is what it says about battle mode. It says, battle allows you to set up competitive multiplayer fights for survival, where speed, strategy, and sometimes just pure luck will make you the winner. Players in battle matches will randomly generate resources found in chests placed specifically designed PvP maps and combat ones. So basically, it sounds like Hunger Games. It sounds pretty much like they're adding like Hunger Games or survival games. They probably didn't want to call it that, and so this is what it says about how to play it online. It says, battle matches can be played with up to 4 players in split screen and up to 8 players online via Xbox Live, or you can find other community members to join your game via in-game matchmaking system. So that's the big thing. And that's the big thing I wasn't sure about. So that means that you don't need to go and try and get a bunch of friends together and invite them all in and hope they connect and kind of deal with all of that stuff. It looks like you can just go and just say, I want to play a game of survival games, press search, and then you're just, straight into a game. So it sounds like it's a lot closer to kind of more of a PC server in the fact that you can just go and meet people. So it says, in June, Battle will be rolled out for free to all owners of Minecraft on 360 and Xbox One and other consoles via a game update. I love that because now Microsoft own Minecraft. They don't even want to mention the PlayStation or Wii U. It will be on Xbox 360, Xbox One, and other consoles via a free update. I love that. In Battle, if you like Battle and want more, we'll be supporting it with additional map packs add-on, periodically released for $2.99 or local equivalents. Okay, so the update is free, so everyone will get to play Battle mode, but it sounds like you won't have a huge amount of maps to play on, and then they're basically going to sell more as DLC. Because I was thinking, where are they making their money in this? Because, they got to make their money somewhere. So it sounds like you're going to get the base thing for free, and then later on, you can go and buy other things in the future. So I think that sounds cool. So the matchmaking thing is the most exciting part to me, because the biggest hassle with Hunger Games is getting a group together at the same time, everyone settled in the game and kind of ready to play. And then after every single game, you have to reset the map or quit out and load it up. So to be able to say, I want to play a round of survival games, press search, and be straight in a game is going to be amazing, especially for YouTubers. Of course, I'm kind of looking at it in that perspective, because it's really great it's really good to play with people that you don't know, I think, for survival games, because I think that if you're playing with a group of people you know, and everyone knows that kind of you're recording, you kind of play a little bit different, I think, to kind of if you were just playing in the wild. I am a little bit worried about what it will be like for me searching, because people will see my gamer tag, and I think especially on console, a lot of people might recognize me, and even just playing on PC servers, it's sometimes a little bit difficult if people know you. One of two things happens. Either they all just try and take you out. They immediately target you and they just follow you and take you out. Or they just refuse to attack you. And neither is rubbish if you're recording, because otherwise you're kind of just running around and people are just throwing you presents and then you feel bad for killing them. Or you just get killed immediately because everyone's targeting you. So what does everyone think? So everyone in the chat writing now, I've kind of given a little bit of my opinion. Of course, I've not played it yet. I've not played it, so I have no idea how good it is or how well it's going to actually be, or, how good the maps are going to be. But 4J Studios are making it, and so I'm assuming the maps are going to be good, because 4J Studios make good maps. Well, they make good maps to explore. I don't think they've ever made any kind of mini game maps like this. And so yeah, it seems like this is going to be a first big test for them, doing some game modes. But they have released some pictures, and it looks like there's a bit of a new UI as well. Like you can kind of basically join into different teams as well. And so you have like the red team and the blue team. And so it looks like there has been a decent amount of work that's gone into this. So yeah, I guess that we're not going to really find out anything else about it until it comes out. I guess just kind of stick to 4J Studios Twitter to kind of find out about that. So yeah, this isn't something that I meant to talk about. It's just the fact that it was literally announced as I was going live. Like that was basically my first time reading any information about it. So yeah, I thought this would be a good thing to talk about. Something else that I wanted to talk about is just kind of what's been going on with my channel recently. Things have been a little bit weird. So the first big thing is that I've kind of restarted an old series that I did a long time ago, which is my Stampy Shorts. And the idea of the Stampy Shorts are they're basically very short films inside of Minecraft that have nothing to do with anything else. So I don't want them to be Stampy themed. They're not related to each other. They're basically one-off short films that I kind of write and direct inside of Minecraft. And so I released two of them about 2 or 3 years ago. And then I planned to do more, but then ran out of time and didn't do any more. But yeah, I recently did another one called Don't Press the Button, which I uploaded last week. And people seem to like it. Well, some people seem to like it. And I think a lot of people didn't really get it because it was kind of just something so different. I think a lot of people weren't really sure what it was, and it was kind of like this out of the blue thing. So I think hopefully once I've uploaded more of them, people are going to realize that they are kind of just these unique one-off things that are kind of just going to pop up every now and then. So yeah, that they're going to be coming more frequently. The next one that I'm doing is already almost finished. It's already filmed and edited. I just got someone doing the voiceover for it. So yeah, I should hopefully be able to release them a little bit more regularly. And I also got another 4 of them planned, so I need to write the scripts for them. So yeah, they're going to be coming relatively frequently, and the idea is it's kind of just, once again, a bit of an experiment for me, just to kind of make films in different genres and different styles. So some of them are going to be very dialogue heavy, and lots of people, it's really about conversations, and there'll be humor in that. Some will be, there'll be no dialogue whatsoever. The one that I'm actually almost finished working on at the moment, there's pretty much no motion in it. Most of the shots are basically a static shot of a single block inside of Minecraft, and I don't want to give too much away about it because I don't want to ruin the surprise. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see whether people like that one. I've also got another one planned which kind of isn't a comedy one. It's a bit more of a serious one. It's actually a love story, and so it'd be kind of weird to see how people respond to that, because it's kind of just things that I haven't done on my channel, because I get very set in my ways, and I kind of just make my videos in my way, and I kind of just, I just kind of speak as Stampy, and I've kind of been doing things in the same way for so long. So whenever I do something slightly different, I think it kind of takes people a little bit off guard, I guess, and they're not entirely sure what it is. And so yeah, it'd be very good to see what people think of that. And I'm kind of reading the chat as it's kind of going now, and there's been some people saying about it. Oh, someone's just asked, what about Wonder Quest? That was Matthew. It's kind of hard. The chat's going really fast, so I was kind of hoping it was going to go a bit slower. But yeah, so someone's asked about Wonder Quest. So the reason I haven't spoke about Wonder Quest much in a while is because there hasn't been much to update with, and I don't want to keep tweeting out or talking about saying it's coming soon, and then not being able to announce anything. So what I've decided to do is to, I'll let you know it is still coming. So it's finished. We have completely finished recording and editing Wonder Quest. So Wonder Quest Season 2 is done. Okay, so that I guess that's kind of an exciting thing to announce. We're just working out when to release it, and it's kind of a bit more complicated because, they're not just videos I make by myself. There's a whole group of us doing them, so we're kind of deciding exactly when they're going to be uploaded and getting that sorted. So yeah, I see the hashtag Bring Back Wonder Quest, and a lot of people are doing it in the chat now, but you don't need to do that because we've done it. Wonder Quest Season 2 is finished, so I mean, it is going to be uploaded soon. I just don't want to really talk about it too much until I just have a date. What I want to do is the next time you're going to hear about Wonder Quest is you're going to see a trailer pop up. You're going to see me shouting about it a lot because I'm very excited about it. And so, yeah, the next thing you hear about Wonder Quest from me is going to be with the trailer, footage of the season, announcements of who these special guests are going to be, which I know is something that people are going to be excited about, and a date. And a date written in stone saying this is the day when Wonder Quest is going to return. So, yeah, that's kind of the update with Wonder Quest. It's really good, by the way, as well. And I'm I'm not just saying that because I was involved in it, because, as I said, WonderQuest it's a real team effort. WonderQuest is made by a group of people, and I'm just one of the people that is in it. And so, but kind of the work that everyone's put into this season and kind of just everything that we've learned from the first one, I think has really, I think we really stepped our game up. And so, yeah, I'm very excited about allowing you to allowing everyone to see it and kind of see what we've been working on all of this time. So yeah, there's a quick update with WonderQuest. Something else that's been going on my channel is I've kind of changed around my schedule a little bit. And I never announce my upload schedule because I always like to have the freedom to change things. I normally upload Lovely World on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Cave Den's normally Thursdays and Sundays. Like, I have my set days, but they're kind of more for myself rather than a strict pattern for when I release things. But things have kind of changed around a little bit, and there's a few reasons for that. So basically, I've kind of been recording too much recently, and I don't want to get to a point where I'm uploading lots of, several Minecraft videos every single day. So I don't want to overwhelm people. And also, I kind of always like to stockpile a little bit because I travel quite a lot, right, especially recently. So I kind of need that backup. And so, at the moment, because they released the this is something good to talk about, actually. They released the Mario mashup pack, the Minecraft Super Mario edition. They released that on Wii U, and that was incredible. Like, that took me off guard because I didn't know it was coming. I knew a mashup pack was coming, but I didn't know when it was going to come out. So it kind of just suddenly appeared, and I was like, oh, it looks so good. I got to do a video on it. I was like, I'm going to go in, do a video, maybe 2 videos on it, just to show what it was like. And then it turned out just to be this absolutely incredible, huge world, to go around and explore. And it was so good. Like, I ended up recording 9 videos on it, which annoyed me because it's a bit weird to record 9 rather than 10. But yeah, I recorded 9 videos on it, and I was like, I've got all of these 9 videos. When am I going to upload them? And so, basically, for now, I'm going to be uploading the Mario mashup packs on Sunday instead of Cave Den, only just because I need to upload it somewhere. And it's actually kind of good timing as well, because we're actually working on the successor to Cave Den at the moment, the next den. And so I'm not able to announce yet what that den is going to be, but the map's basically being built as we speak, and we're not too close to the end of Cave Den, but the grass race is going, and we kind of want to finish sorry, Squishy just passed me a note saying I can help make it work. What do you want about, Squishy? I don't know. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So we're kind of approaching the end of Cave Den at the moment, and so I kind of want to get I kind of want a good ending to Cave Den and the next map to be ready. So for now, Cave Den's going to be once a week on Thursdays, and then there's going to be the Mario mashup pack on Sunday. But then another thing that's a bit confusing is I've recorded a whole load of the Stampy Flat challenge, which people have been really enjoying at the moment. And then also, I've started a brand new series, which I've recorded a bunch of episodes for, but I have no idea when I'm going to upload. And I really want to start uploading it because I came up with a new idea for a new series, something that I've not really seen before, and certainly something that I've never done before. It's a Minecraft series. It's on the I guess I can say what it's on. It's on the PlayStation 4, which is a little bit different. I mean, it's still Minecraft at the end of the day, but so it's a really cool series, and I've been absolutely loving doing it. And so I want to start uploading that, but I just don't know where, because I don't want to get to a point where I have 7 different series and I upload one each day, and I can't stop uploading 2 Lovely World videos a day. So yeah, I'm just trying to work out where to fit things in. So things might be a little bit all over the place at the moment. And also last week, or this week as I guess as I'm recording it, I kind of just mucked things up as well, just because I got confused with the days. And so I ended up uploading Cave Den on Wednesday and then Lovely World on Thursday, just because I got the days wrong. And those things happen. Those mistakes often happen when you're doing YouTube. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on a little bit on my channel. But let's not talk about my channel too much. Let's try and start up a conversation. So everyone that's listening to this live at the moment, if there's any kind of topics that you want me to talk about, or any kind of questions that you have, I'd love to kind of just talk about those things and hopefully start a bit of a discussion. So I'm doing this live stream quite early in the day, and I assume that there wouldn't be too many people watching the stream at the moment, but the chat is going going absolutely crazy. Everyone's saying Cress. Everyone in the chat is saying that they want me to talk about Cress. Really? I thought that was going to be the last thing that you'd want me to talk about. Right, let's talk about Cress then for a little bit. So sorry I've been a bit rubbish on the Cress front, to be honest. So I do want to do more Cress videos, and I've had an idea for a good Cress video. So apparently, not too far from where I live, there's wild Cress. There's Cress kind of just growing in the wild. And so what I really like the idea of is doing like kind of like a travel documentary. You know, like when you see people going to like the wilderness to meet animals and, you know, they're approaching a dangerous tiger. I kind of want to do that, but with Cress. And so I think that would be a cool video to do, but I need to do some research. I need to track down some different locations to kind of find out where the Cress is. So that's kind of what the most recent development is on the Cress farm. But let's talk about something else. What else do people want to talk about? So it'd be good to chat about something just kind of separate to YouTube, I guess, and kind of video series, just because I've spoke about that a lot, and there might be people kind of listening to the podcast, you know, who don't watch my channel, or, you know, kind of aren't part of that world, I guess. So so if there's any other things that people want me to talk about, then just kind of leave it in the chat, and I'm just trying to read it as fast as I can, and it's just going really, really quickly past. People are saying, how is your cat? Ori is she's doing amazing. She's doing really good. She's a bit lazy at the moment. I think that we kind of played with her crazy at first when we got her, and we still play with her a lot, but now she kind of starts playing for a bit, and then she's like, forget it, and just goes and sleeps a little bit. And she just sleeps in the weirdest positions as well, Ori. Like, I could put some pictures on the Magic Animal Club Facebook page, but she doesn't lie like cats lie. She kind of lies upside down, and like she turns her head, like she kind of twists herself. You know, like those marshmallows you get that are like different colors and like swirly, and they kind of just twist around, kind of like a spring. She kind of lies like that. So like her back half is kind of a different side to her front half. Someone's commenting, saying Hunger Games ? That's from Spoonie. And so something that I get a lot of people asking me about is why I've kind of stopped doing Hunger Games for now. And I think that when these new mini games do come out, and it's easier to play them, I will check them out. I will do them. But the reason I kind of stopped doing Hunger Games is, well, one, I think I got a bit bored of them. I think I just done so many, and I think that I wasn't as excited to play them. And I also kind of like doing things as original as I can. So when it comes to things like adventure maps or Hunger Games, I never like them as much as series where I'm creating everything, just because I feel like someone else has done most of the work. You know, I feel like someone else has spent all of this time building the map, and then I kind of jump in, you know, and I just spend 20 minutes in it. And then it's like, hey, there we go. Here's my video I've created. But then again, you know, someone else spent a lot more time creating the map. So kind of the mixture of me not finding it as fun to play, you know, combined with the fact that I kind of like trying to create as many things as possible as I can. For that reason, I kind of decided to stop doing them for now. But yeah, once they've added this battle mode and kind of what other modes come out, I think I'm definitely going to be doing some different videos on some of them once they do eventually come out. So any other questions? A lot of people are commenting, asking me to talk about unicorns a little bit. People are saying Roblox as well. And Roblox is funny because Roblox has been around forever. And I remember playing Roblox probably about 4 years ago or something. I went to check out Roblox. I don't know, it's kind of when I was starting doing Minecraft videos, and I was thinking, what other games could I do? And I remember checking out Roblox and thinking it was cool and it was popular at the time, but suddenly everyone's just doing it at the moment. And I don't know, like I liked Roblox, I liked playing it, but I didn't like creating in it. I didn't like building the levels in the Roblox, like I do in Minecraft. And so for that reason, I decided not to do it. Kind of in the same reason where I like to create things. Like, I wouldn't want to go and do Roblox to kind of just go and play a bunch of mini games in Roblox. I'd kind of want to go in there to create things, to make levels. But I didn't find building levels as fun as it is in Minecraft, because the good thing about Minecraft is, you know, you're going and you're gathering up all of the blocks and you're mining, and then if you want to build something, you're building up the scaffolding, and, you know, you might fall down. So I just find the feeling of building and kind of mining in Minecraft to be so much more rewarding. And I know I kind of shouldn't compare every single game that comes out to Minecraft, because it's a completely different game. But yeah, that's kind of the reason why I haven't jumped into Roblox. I might check it out. I might just go and check it out and play it for a bit more on the console, just for fun and just to see how much I enjoy it. And if I do really get into it, then I might do some videos on it. But I just feel like there's so many people doing videos on it at the moment. Like if you want to watch Roblox content, there's plenty of it out there. I don't know what necessarily different I would bring to the table. So yeah, any other kind of like topics for like Stampy tips or anything else you want to leave in the chat? People are kind of just commenting lists of games at the moment for me to talk about. It's honestly, I don't know, for people that are listening to this live, the chat is literally going crazy. You can kind of pause it a little bit, but it's kind of very difficult to see, just simply because how fast it's going. A lot of people are saying things about like mission to Mars and stuff. That's kind of Squid's series, and I think he still does plan to bring it back. But that might be something to ask in the next podcast when Squid's here and he can kind of talk about that. So the way we do series, kind of no matter who I do series with, the way it works is whoever's channel it's on, they're basically the boss. They're in charge. They're the producer, the director, the editor. They're basically in control of everything. So if I'm doing Cave Den, for example, and I'm with Squishy, because it's on my channel, I kind of control when we record it and when we upload it, and I kind of get to make the bigger decisions on that. But then if we go and do Super Happy Fun Times on Squishy's channel, then kind of it's the other way around. She's kind of in charge, and then she can kind of do what she wants. And we'll help each other and we'll suggest things and that. But I think that way it's just much easier to do, because otherwise you might end up arguing or disagreeing with something and saying, oh, I think we should do this episode, and then they say, no, I think we should do this. So I think that having it that way, so you're kind of in control of your own channel as you do it, I think kind of just makes recording a lot easier. And the chat is just great. People are just commenting like one word things. A lot of people are saying about Pokemon as well, actually. And I would love to do a Pokemon series. So I have just ordered a 3DS capture kit, which is basically a 3DS that allows you to be able to record. And I didn't actually get it to do a Pokemon game on it. There's another game which I really wanted to do a series on 3DS, which I won't announce until I start uploading it, just in case I end up recording it and don't enjoy it. And that does sometimes happen. Like, you would be amazed how many videos I record that never get uploaded. So generally, it will just be a video in a series that I do anyway. But there are times when I'll start recording a game and it just won't go well, and I'll either start again, or I just think, you know what, this isn't good enough. And it probably happens most in Lovely World. Like, I would say that on average, it takes about, I'd say probably 2 takes to do a Lovely World, but sometimes it's 1 take, and sometimes, we'll do 3, 4, even 5 takes to do a Lovely World. And it's generally not because something goes awfully wrong or the game crashes or something. I mean, it sometimes is that, but a lot more of the time it will just simply be, I don't know, it's just something will go slightly wrong and it will just bug me, and I'll just think, you know what, if I just started again, then I'd be able to just to make it better. Sometimes I'll record, 15 minutes into the video and I think, you know what, this just hasn't been very funny. Or if I'm building it and I kind of build it wrong and then have to kind of rebuild it, and I'm just like, no, this is taking too much time. And so, there's cases where, I might be able to edit it, or, might be able to kind of save the video. But a lot of the time it's kind of easier just to go back and to just basically go and just start the entire thing again. So you'll be kind of surprised how often that happens. And so what I'm trying to do more recently is kind of do more behind the scenes type things, I guess, with my channel. So, of course, I've got Let's Talk, and then there's this podcast as well, where I kind of just talk more, I guess, openly and free than I normally would, and kind of explain about these things. But then I'm also kind of trying to do more straight up behind the scenes videos. So I kind of mentioned, I think, in last week's podcast that I've started recording videos about how I plan what I'm going to build, and I plan my mini games and all of the different shops and stuff. And so I kind of talk about how to do that. And so those videos are going to be coming up soon. I kind of got to wait a little bit because, as I said, I'm kind of recording in advance and stockpiling my videos. It's kind of, I can't upload them now because it would basically be spoilers for what I'm eventually going to build. So I'm doing them. But I'd also love to talk more about, how to edit videos, and, when I'm literally going to record, how do I display my notes on my screen, really go into detail, kind of the steps I take on how to record. And I think hopefully some people would just find that find that interesting, but I think also it would just be good for anyone else that's trying to do YouTube and might be struggling. And I see a lot of comments saying about how do you stay talking, or how do you commentate while doing the gameplay. I'd love to talk a little bit more about those kind of things and be able to explain a little bit about that to hopefully help some people out. I'm not the best at it. I'm still learning. The reason why I'm doing things like this and other things is because I'm always just trying to basically improve and get better. And I think that's kind of probably the trick then, I guess, is to never settle. If you're always trying to kind of improve and learn new things, I think that's kind of the best way to do it. I see a lot of people also commenting about vlogs and asking about doing more vlogs. So the reason I don't vlog too much is because I have no real interest in doing daily vlogs, basically, because I don't want to show my day-to-day life, because my day-to-day life, well, one, it's not very interesting, and also it's just quite personal. Like I kind of like to keep a little bit of a barrier between the real me and then basically the online me. It's the same person, but I just feel like people don't really need to know about what I had for breakfast, and they're probably not going to particularly care about what I had for breakfast. So I always kind of like to keep that barrier. So I generally try to restrict doing vlogs to when I'm at an event or at a special occasion, or if I'm traveling, because then you're kind of seeing me in a different location, and I think it's more interesting. So I generally vlog when I feel like I'm at a thing where people would like to see the vlog. Like, so when what was the last vlog? I think the last vlog I did was the BAFTAs vlog, and I was just thinking that if people knew that I was presenting an award at the video game BAFTAs, they might kind of like to see a bit of a behind the scenes of that, and kind of see what it's like to do that, and kind of the fact that it was so last minute. Like, I was asked to do it like the evening before I went there. So I kind of do it at events like that, or when I'm traveling abroad. And another reason I don't like to vlog too much, even at these events and these cool moments, is because I don't want to spend my entire life kind of looking through a camera lens. Like, vlogging is fine, and especially when you think about, if I spend an entire day at an event and record for 10 minutes, that's a 10-minute vlog. It's only 10 minutes out of my day. But all of the best moments that would be good in a vlog are kind of generally moments that I'd like to experience without worrying about, a camera and holding a camera out, and is the audio okay? Like, I kind of want to live in the moment. For when I'm doing those more exciting things, rather than having to hold a camera up the whole time. And you are actually seeing a lot of the people that have been doing daily vlogs, a lot of them are kind of stopping doing daily vlogs. A lot of them are saying that, right, that was an experience, but I kind of want to live my life a little bit more and spend more time being able to do things, do things in the moment rather than worrying about the camera. I'm also seeing a lot of people talking about face cam, and I don't want to talk too much about face cam because it's kind of something that I've spoken a little bit about before, and it's not something that I'm entirely opposed to. Like, I think that I think this is kind of what I've said before, but I think face cam works for certain YouTubers doing certain types of videos. So if I was to play a horror game, and the point of the video was to see me scared and to see me making funny reactions, then having a face cam makes sense. Or if I was to play, a really crazy comedy game, so say if they released a game which was about a piece of jelly with googly eyes and you were to try and cross the road, and it was a ridiculous game and it was just hilarious to watch, and I'd be in hysterics laughing at this crazy bit of jelly sliding around, on the road, then I'd have a face cam on, because a big part of the video is seeing my reaction. But I'm just not that type of YouTuber. Like, it's much more about kind of what I'm saying, and I guess kind of being a bit more of a character, I guess. So I don't consider myself a YouTuber that does role plays. I mean, there's certain parts of my videos that are obviously planned, and I do trying to get into character. Or even when me and Squid are doing an adventure map or something, we're not doing a role play, but sometimes we'll pretend, we'll do Lion King. We'll say, right, you be Simba and I'll be Nala or whatever, and we'll kind of pretend to be those characters, and kind of I kind of just like to get into the world of the game. And so it's also why I don't really mention real life things very much. Like, if you think, especially things like Lovely World, like, I never mention real life places or like brands. I'll never mention like Coca-Cola or something. I kind of like to live inside of that world, and I even try to, as much as I can, not mention that it's a game very much. Like, I don't like talking about the game Minecraft. I like living in the world of the lovely world. You know, when I eat a cake, I go num 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 as if I'm eating it. Of course, you know, I'm just pressing a button on the controller, you know, and if I jump into the water, I go as if I'm under the water. But it's kind of just to try and be in that world a little bit more, and kind of just for that 20 minutes, you know, I am this cat called Stampy with my dogs in my lovely world. And for me, it just makes it a little bit more fun than saying, hey, this is me, I've got my controller, I'm behind the microphone, let's play the video game Minecraft. I just find that not as fun as kind of being in the game. And I think that if I had a face cam and you could just see the real life me in the corner, I think it would kind of take away from that a little bit. So that's kind of the reason I didn't do face cam. But I think the problem is with YouTube is that there's a lot of like norms that have come out. There's a lot of ways YouTubers do videos, and kind of even how they act outside of videos, and a lot of them do things very similar, and that's kind of become the standard a little bit, and I think that kind of makes people expect it a little bit more. So, you know, the fact that a lot of YouTubers are very open, and they'll tweet about, hey, like I just got a new girlfriend, or hey, I'm moving house, and you know, they'll tweet about kind of the big things going in on their life and make vlogs about it. I think then when people look at other YouTubers and, you know, YouTubers that might be a bit more private, people might think, oh, why aren't you telling us about this? You know, why are you keeping this a secret? Why aren't you, showing us what your house is like? Why aren't you telling us who you're in a relationship? You know, why aren't you telling us all of this? And I'm just sort of thinking, well, you know, why should I? It's just my life. It's nothing to do with my videos. You know, I consider myself as a video producer. You know, I create videos and I upload them. You know, hopefully people, you know, enjoy them and watch them, but, you know, kind of what I'm doing outside of that, I just kind of feel is up to me. And, you know, there's parts of that I will share, and then there's parts that I choose not to. But I think that because so many YouTubers are so open and are kind of talking about everything that's going on, a lot of people become to expect that. And I think that once again with Facecam, you know, a few years ago hardly anyone was doing Facecam, but now a lot of the more popular YouTubers are doing Facecam. You know, loads of other people have started doing it, and now that's kind of become another standard. So when I'm not doing Facecam, that kind of seems, you know, that's the standout. You know, that's kind of a bit of a more weird thing. Something else which is really exciting, but I can't talk much about, is kind of what's been going on Twitter a little bit with Telltale. And so I don't know how many of you that have seen this, and when this podcast is kind of uploaded for real, I guess, not live, maybe everything's kind of come out and everyone knows what exactly is going on. But yeah, there's been interesting things going on at the moment on Telltale. So at the moment, as I'm recording this, they basically tweeted me and invited me to an event by the host, which sounded a little bit mysterious, but I replied and I said, yep, sure, I'll go. If you have cake, I'll go. And then after that, they tweeted Stacey Plays as well and invited her. And then after that, they also invited Dan the Diamond Minecart. And so I don't really want to talk about what's going on or anything. I'm not allowed to talk about that, but it's something that might be worth checking in. If you're a fan of Minecraft Story Mode, then maybe keeping an eye on the Telltale Twitter over the next few days might be. Yeah, it might be quite exciting. So there's really not much I can talk about it, but I just wanted just to let you know that something's going on, just in case any of you have seen this. So yeah, let's go and let's try and start a conversation that isn't anything to do with video games or YouTube, because I knew what was going to happen. I knew that when I jumped in to do a podcast by myself and had free reign to talk about whatever I wanted to, I knew that I was going to end up talking about YouTube, because that's what I always end up talking about. Like, I started the Let's Talk series as kind of a bit of a chance to just talk about other things separate from my channel, but I ended up just talking a whole load about YouTube and things like that. So let's try and look through. So someone's asking, what's your life like? I think my life is probably pretty standard for a YouTuber. So I'm pretty nocturnal, I guess. So let me kind of explain like an average day for me, just to kind of explain what it's like. And of course, there are times when things are different, and you know, I'll be going away at events and things will change. But a general day is so I'd probably wake up at about 10 a.m. I don't know, maybe I guess between 10 and 11 I'll get up, and that might sound like I'm getting up really late, but it will make sense a little bit later on. So I get up pretty late, and then I generally go and just check everything. So the first thing you do when you're a YouTuber, and probably anyone else in life anyway, is you got to check everything. You got to go and check your YouTube, make sure it's okay, make sure nothing's imploded, make sure you haven't been hacked, and then you got to go and check Twitter and check your Facebook. Basically, check everything and just make sure things are ticking along fine and nothing's gone wrong. And then you kind of start thinking about the video. So the way I work is I don't have a schedule for when I record a particular series. I kind of try and as much as I can just do what I fancy that day. And then that way I'm more likely to enjoy it. I generally more often than not record Lovely World videos on the weekends because that's just when more people are available just to jump in and be able to be my Minecraft helpers. So I generally do that on the weekends. And then me and Squid generally record all of our series on kind of Monday and Tuesday. Often it kind of bleeds over to Wednesday because of how many series we're doing at the moment. So if it's a Monday, for example, I generally spend about an hour to 2 hours messaging Squid, asking him if he's going to show up to record. It's no secret that Squid often kind of shows up late to when we plan to record. But to be fair, he has definitely been getting better. He more often than not shows up late rather than not showing up at all. So yeah, he is definitely getting much better at that. So and then kind of the recording begins. So I generally record earlier rather than later for most things. But then once I've done about 2 or 3 videos, then my voice is going. Then I need to take a big break, have a cup of tea, and then in that case I might do a little bit of editing and then planning. A big thing for me is just planning videos, especially my Lovely World and now these Stampy shorts as well. And there's a huge amount of time spent planning. And I think that when a lot of people think about doing YouTube, they think, oh, he's uploaded a 20-minute video. All he's done is record for 20 minutes and then, he can go and do whatever he wants after that, But that's not the case because the recording part is like the quickest and easiest part of being a YouTuber. Like that is literally just 20 minutes of recording. And especially for me, because there's such a minimal such a minimal editing. Sorry, I was reading comments slide past my screen as I was talking. It was distracting me. Yeah, so there's so little editing that really that kind of the video production process is actually probably the quickest bit. It's just coming up with all of the ideas and sort of setting out the mini games and planning all of that. That could take 2 or 3 days just to kind of come up with the idea of a mini game and to get it perfect. So that's kind of the biggest time sink, I guess. But it's also my favorite thing to do because I'll sit here and I have a podcast on, or I'll be watching like YouTube videos in the background, and I'm just basically playing Minecraft. Like I'm basically playing Minecraft really similar to how I would be playing Minecraft anyway if I wasn't recording, because I'm just planning mini games and setting things up, which is probably what would end up interesting me anyway if I was just going to play Minecraft. So that is like my favorite part. And then anytime I'm traveling as well, then I always bring my PlayStation Vita and I'm kind of continuing planning that. So I'm actually probably more productive when I'm traveling than when I'm at home. So then I normally have dinner and then I try and relax for a little bit after that. Normally after dinner, me and Squashy will play a video game together or watch a film or something and kind of have a bit of time just to kind of hang out and be normal humans, I guess, for a little while. And then just before bed, I'm kind of going through a bunch of emails and kind of I spend a lot of time going through my Facebook fan page, and I try and look through, I don't always succeed, but I try and look through everything that's posted to that wall. I go through all of that, and then I'm generally starting a lot of videos uploading to YouTube and downloading from Dropbox and stuff, so I kind of try and set all of that going overnight so the internet's not slow during the day. And then I also have a bunch of meetings as well, so a lot of my meetings are with people that are in the US, generally on the West Coast, so that's like an 8 hours time difference, and so I might have a meeting with them at like 1 a.m. in the morning or something, because for them it's it's not late at all for them, it's just gone midday or something. So a lot of the times I'm having meetings very late, and so for that reason I kind of have to end up staying up late, and so I end up going to bed normally pretty late, about 2 a.m. or something, which is why I wake up late. So that's the way I justified me having lie-ins, is because I probably sleep the normal amount of time, but then I end up just waking up really late. And actually, that's not even the end of the day, because once I've gone to bed, I then suddenly have a million ideas. So I don't know why this is. Well, I kind of know why this is. So I think that the reason we come up with our best ideas is when we go to bed is one, because we're generally not distracted by anything else, because the entire day I'm like looking at a screen or thinking about something or doing something. So I'm distracted. So I'm very rarely going to come up with an idea. But the second I go to bed, like my mind is blank. And so just ideas kind of start coming in. And also there's a weird moment when you're starting to fall asleep where your brain kind of just opens up a little bit more, and you're just able to think a little bit better, and it just makes it much easier to be able to come up with ideas. So generally at about 4 a.m. or something in the morning, I'll have a good idea, and then I just have to go and write it all out like in notes on my phone, and then because normally in the morning I forget about it, and I really do have to go and look through all of my notes. All right then, what are people saying? So someone's asking, have I ever been copyrighted? I've never had actually I have had a strike actually. On my old channel, I did a review for a game called Insanely Twisted Shadow Planet. I think that's what it was called. And I got a review code, so I got the game early. And that's when I still did game reviews. And I did a video on it, and I gave a really good review, and I uploaded it. And then the video got taken down, and I got a copyright strike. But then I was able to message the developers and actually kind of message the guy who made the game. And then they were able to get the video back up, but for some reason the strike stayed. It's since been removed now, but that was kind of my only real trouble with copyright strikes. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you have heard the story about when my entire channel got taken down, but that wasn't a copyright thing. That was just a nothing thing. That was literally a case of where I woke up in the morning and you click on my channel and it says my channel's been removed because it violated the terms of service, and then I got an email saying that my channel's been deleted, and I battled it. I kind of questioned it, or whatever it's called. I challenged it, and then they said that sorry, that your challenge has failed. Someone's had a look at it, and your channel will be terminated permanently. And so I was like, well, thanks a lot, Google. Thank you very much for that. But luckily, I kind of made enough of an outcry, and kind of people helped me out and kind of shared the story. And eventually, someone at Google kind of must have looked into it and said, wait a minute. There's no reason for this channel to be terminated. Maybe we should put this channel back up, because the problem is that it doesn't... Okay, sorry, I know I wasn't going to talk about YouTube much, but let's talk about YouTube. Because the problem with it is that it doesn't tell you what you did wrong. And there's nothing more frustrating than being told off for something, but not being told what you're being told off about. Like, imagine someone came up to you and went, right, you've been naughty. Go and stand in the corner and think about what you've done. And then you say, oh, but I don't know what I've done. And they go, oh, sorry, I can't tell you what you've done, but you should know. Stand in the corner. And then you got to be punished, but you don't know what you're being punished for. Because that's literally what it was like. Because it basically said, you've broken the terms of service. Here's a link to the list of the terms of service, and you click on it, and it's this whole huge thing about all of these things you can't do, but it doesn't tell you what you're supposed to have done, because I knew I hadn't done anything wrong. Like, I mean, I'm probably one of the safest YouTube channels that there are, so like I knew I hadn't done anything wrong, and they couldn't tell me what they'd done wrong. So it's obviously just a human error, but it was ages ago, so I'm not bitter with YouTube about that or anything, because, whatever. It was a human error that happened a long time ago. It got fixed pretty quick, and so, overall, everything kind of ended up fine anyway. So yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Someone said, Singapore, have you heard of it? Yes, I have. What happened to the Minecraft Pocket Edition series? That's quite a good question. I get asked that quite a lot, so that might be a good thing to answer. So the Minecraft Pocket Edition was never meant to be a series. So I even say in the video, I'm pretty sure I say in the video, maybe I didn't, but it was always meant to be like a one-off video, because the thing is with the Pocket Edition is that it's very close to the console edition, but just kind of doesn't slightly have as many features. I mean, it's catching up, and I think it does some things that the console edition doesn't do, like servers and things. So, but generally, it's very similar to the console version, but has slightly less features. And so, I don't know what I'll do differently in it compared to console, because... like, if I start up a new kind of vanilla world on the Pocket Edition, I feel like I'm just going to be doing the same things, and I'm just simply not as good at controlling the game as I am on the console version. So I just don't know what I'll do differently on the Pocket Edition. And so I feel like in terms of when you're watching the video, it won't make a huge difference. But the only difference will be that I just can't control it quite as well with the console, because I'm more used to the console. So that's That's the reason why I've decided not to do any more in the Pocket Edition. I reckon I will, though. I reckon at some point something's going to come out on the Pocket Edition, or I'm going to go and play on the servers or something. So I reckon there will be some more videos in the future, and maybe I'm going to come up with a whole series idea that will work on the Pocket Edition that will be really, really good. But yeah, at the moment, I haven't really... Yeah, there's not really anything in particular that I wanted to do on the Pocket Edition, so that's why I haven't done that. I got another comment. Oh, I got a comment from Derpy Shoelace. Does everyone remember Derpy Shoelace? I remember Derpy Shoelace. Thanks for watching, Derpy. So yeah, they just asked what happened to the Harry Potter adventure map. So that's basically, it was a long time ago, so yeah, thanks for remembering that. Basically, it was a series I did with Squid. Oh no, I Ballistic Potter and... I think it was Weasley Longnose we called ourselves. And it was a really cool map, but see, we didn't really realize what it was because we thought it was a proper adventure map, but it basically turned into a more of a cauldron hunt. So it started off like an actual adventure map, but then once you got to the castle, there was no story or no puzzles or anything, but it basically just said explore the castle and try and find as many cauldrons as you can. And it was still good because the castle was so amazing. It was kind of just fun walking around it and just seeing how good the map was. So it was enjoyable, but it wasn't really an adventure map and it wasn't finished. So we didn't realize either. We got to the end and it just said, right, there's more coming soon. But because we'd already explored most of the castle and they weren't adding a huge amount more story in, I felt like we'd just be going through the entire same areas that we've already been through, but kind of just going through and doing it with a bit more story than we did before. So it didn't feel worth kind of playing through the entire thing again. So yeah, that's what happened to the Harry Potter adventure map. So yeah, sorry, it's probably not coming back. But yeah, if anyone makes a different Harry Potter adventure map, then that is something that I'll definitely do. All right, then let's go and try and talk about some things. Could you talk about stereotypes, please? That's kind of a very big open topic, actually. So this isn't stereotypes, but I did upload last Thursday another Let's Talk. And in that, I talk about trends. And so I kind of talk a little bit about how trends come and go really fast. So I talk about kind of how, songs and dances or games and kind of even just sayings like words come and go really fast. Like I used the example in the video of YOLO, how, for about 3 months, everyone said YOLO all the time. And now no one says YOLO. And at the moment, everyone keeps saying like lads and banter and bay and words like that, but they're basically trends and fads, and eventually, someone's going to come up with a new word that they're going to say all of the time. So I did kind of do a Let's Talk about that. And so yeah, if you go on the Stampy Longnose channel, you can kind of go and you can see that Let's Talk about trends. And also, so in that Let's Talk, so as I'm doing the live stream, the video hasn't come up yet. It's actually going up in an hour to anyone listening to this live. But yeah, so it's not going to up yet. But in it, I have a bit of a beard, okay? And so I posted a picture to Nettie, my sister, and in it I was she was showing that there was like Coke Vanilla, and she sent a picture of it and she was saying, see, it does exist. And as I saw that tweet, I was just about to open my bottle of Coke Vanilla, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna send a picture showing like, hey, I'm just about to drink this. And so I happen to have a bit of a beard, and so there are points where I do grow, like not a beard, like when I say beard, you're probably thinking of Hagrid. I'm not talking about a Hagrid. I'm talking about like lengthy stubble here. That's what I'm talking about. And so the reason that I had it was basically because I'd recently come back from Italy, and we took a little while until we unpacked our suitcase because we were so busy kind of getting caught up with videos that I just hadn't unpacked my shaver yet. And so I just hadn't bothered shaving, and then it kind of got to a point where I was like, whatever, I'll leave it for a bit. It doesn't matter. I'm not going anywhere. Like, it doesn't matter if I got facial hair. Like, I'm not making any public appearances or anything. So yeah, that kind of just happened to grow, and I kind of didn't think about it when I posted the video. And I have since shaved it all off now, so it's not there anymore. But it got a huge response on Twitter. Just a picture of me with some facial hair. That's like all people were talking about for a while. And it's just funny that it kind of goes back to what I was talking about earlier, where there's kind of like these, there's the private life and my personal life. And I consider myself as a video maker. I make videos and upload them, and I kind of don't worry about anything else. But everyone had to, it's just funny how everyone has to say something about it. And I'm not saying it's bad or it's wrong or that people that were talking about it, shouldn't. It's just funny that like it kind of started an argument about should I have a beard and should I shave it off. A lot of people saying, oh, I actually quite like it. It looks quite good. And people are saying, no, shave it off. That's not the Stampy I know. And there's even one tweet that really made me laugh saying like, I can't remember the exact wording, but it's something like, I don't mind if Stampy has a beard because it's like what's inside that counts, not what's on the outside. So they were trying to say it like a compliment, but they were basically saying your beard looks rubbish, but you know, it's what's on the inside that matters more, so it doesn't matter. So that kind of made me laugh as they were trying to say something nice, but it kind of was basically a backhanded insult to what my beard was like. But yeah, like the thing is, it's kind of, I just don't think about it. Like, I mean, I'm someone who doesn't care too much about my appearance anyway. Like, that's kind of not what I focus on. But, you know, it's like, whatever. Like, it's not like, oh, I made a big decision, I'm going to grow a beard. I just didn't bother shaving it for a few days. And then, you know, now I've shaved it off. So I just know that, like, it's not come out yet. But I know that I did this Let's Talk talking about trends. But I reckon that a good at least 50% of the comments is going to be about my facial hair rather than the what I'm talking about in the Let's Talk. So yeah, I think I'm going to probably end this podcast right about here, basically because I don't know. So hopefully Squid did record his half. So if Squid didn't record his half, then you've basically listened to just my half. And so, I don't know, maybe he can do something extra next week or something. But yeah, fingers crossed you did hear Squid's part. So I'm just assuming that Squid was able to record his half. And if he did, then this has probably ended up being a really long podcast. And I can see everyone in the chat saying, no. So tell you what, I won't end yet. Let's do a Stampy tip. So for people that haven't listened to the podcast before, basically in the beginning of the show we do a Squid tip, which is basically him giving a tip about something ridiculous, and then it generally ends with me kind of giving a tip about something generally a little bit more serious. So everyone listening live, if you kind of have a question or kind of just anything that you want some advice about and think that I might be able to kind of help you out with, kind of just leave it as a comment. Try to do things that we kind of haven't spoke about before, or I haven't spoke about in a Let's Talk. A lot of people are talking about exams, and I think I did a little talk about exams before. I know it's something that a lot of people are dealing with right now, so I don't really have a tip to do about exams, but good luck. Anyone who's doing exams at the moment, good luck with them. Don't get too stressed out. Relax. Okay, here we go. Here's one. Someone said, how can I be a big YouTuber only using iPad and iMovie? And what I'd say to that is, if you want to be a YouTuber, for first I'd say don't worry about being a big YouTuber, because that doesn't matter. Just have fun doing YouTube, and if you do, hopefully people will end up watching. But the technology that you have, that you're using to do your videos, doesn't really matter too much. And it's kind of the reason why I don't do any like setup videos and kind of show, you know, here's my computer and here's my microphone. I never do that because I don't want to give the impression that you kind of need a good microphone to be able to do YouTube, or you need to have, you know, the best Elgato rather than a different capture card. Like I think that focusing on the content and just making sure that you can do it you kind of as good as you can with what you got is more important, because it's really your personality that will make you more successful on YouTube rather than your setup. No one's going to go and click on a video and say, you know what, this guy's rubbish, he's not funny, he's boring, but that lovely 1080p quality and his mic sounds amazing, I'm going to watch it anyway. You know, no one's going to do that. Everyone's going to focus on what you're saying and what you're doing in the game rather than your technology. So there we go. That was this week's Stampy tip. So yeah, that's the end of this podcast here. So don't worry, next week's podcast will be back to normal. This was just a little bit of an experiment just to see how it went. So yeah, if you leave as a comment on YouTube and let me know what you thought, any suggestions you would have, you know, whether you think that it would be better to have the podcast live every week, just let us know, and we're going to adapt and change and kind of hopefully keep improving this, and eventually maybe it will be good one day, who knows. But that is the end of this week's podcast. Thank you all so much for listening, and hopefully we'll see you next week.